Hey, and welcome back to Always Be Fit's Abs and Donuts. Or is it donuts and abs? I don't know, we'll get it figured out, but they both sound good. So, I want to give you an update. It's been 14 days, today's 14th, and I've been eating a donut every single day. I started out with my weight, I'd fluctuate anywhere between 200 to 205, give or take. And my body fat, probably around 8%, we'll say up to maybe 10%. And again, that's just a range. I haven't actually gone and got it checked. I'm just basing it off of calculations I've done in the past. So I still weigh similar to the same amount. I weighed in today at 204, and then I still stand at 6 feet 1 inch. Gosh, I wish I could get a few more inches. So I wanted to give you a breakdown of what I've been doing. I know at the beginning of this, I'm still at my same 2,100 calories, but I likewise wanted to show you what my macros look like, how I ate throughout the day, and how I've kind of planned this, because it's been a change. I mean, these donuts that I've been eating have been ranging anywhere between, let's say, 300 calories on up to 400 plus. Typically you'll see carbohydrates around 50 plus, fats around 15 up to 20 or more, and then proteins are minimal. But so it's been a challenge because how I've got my macros set up, and there's some days where I do very well with hitting calories, but then my macros are a little off, and so I've had to tweak and change a few things. And it does me no good because I want to maintain abs, so I need to hit the macros to make sure I've got the body composition, and likewise get as close as I can to calories. So I wanted to show you what a typical day looks like with what I've been doing. So currently you can see here, I chose a day just last week. You see I went over 28 calories, but I use MyFitnessPal, it's free. I don't pay any premium version. I've been using this for years and years, and all I do is just input my food here based on what I weigh it at, and then as well as breaking it down with the macros, which I really like. So again, you can see in this case I was at 2,100 calories, so I went over a little bit, but let me show you what my goals look like. So if you scroll down, go to nutrition. So breaking down the macros, my goal is around 210. I like to eat at least 1 gram per pound of body weight, so obviously in this case a little bit over. In the sake of carbohydrates, I'm around 158, and then fats, I'm around 70. So the biggest challenge, as I mentioned earlier, just comes down to calories. These donuts take up a lot of my calories for the day, and especially a lot of my carbohydrates. I'm only eating 150 carbohydrates, close to that per day. And so one of these donuts, they're, like I said earlier, they're around 50 plus carbs. And the carbs that I'm normally getting are from like satiating foods like rice or potatoes, something that has more substance. Because typically when you eat something like a donut or any other treats, cereal for example, you start feeling hungry, an hour or so later, and you don't feel like you ate much. So just kind of going through the day, I've been structuring it to eat my donut, in the morning, and then I'll have a Premier protein drink to kind of give me more of that satiating feeling, getting the protein and other things. But in this case, you can see breakfast, I came around 580. My maple bar there, I love maple bars, by the way, those are my favorite. I love maple bars, by the way, those are my favorite. I love maple bars, by the way, those are my favorite. This one came to 420 calories, 62 grams of carbs, 19 grams of fat. So that is a big hit to your calories and macros for the day. But I had a protein drink as mentioned. And then lunch, I had around 649 grams of carbs. The best way, again, for me to make up the lack of protein and try to get it from as much food as possible, I love the Kirkland canned chicken. There's a lot of protein packed in those, and I think they taste really good. But I had a little sandwich with the thin buns from there. Another chocolate shake, again, because I gotta hit that protein per day. And then for dinner, oven gold turkey, boar's head, really good meat. Had some eggs with that. And then these are really good if you're wanting to keep your carbs down. but these Extreme Wellness spinach and herb tortilla wraps, love them. I mean, only 15 grams of carbs. Typically in any type of bread, you're gonna see, I don't know, closer to 30 grams plus in carbs, so really good one. And then snack, I always have a nighttime snack. I love plain yogurt. Now, it doesn't taste good plain. You have to add like a whey protein, so I've got vanilla flavored. I put that in with that, it makes it taste really good. And then I like to add fruit into that, in this case, blueberries. Okay, so that's what a typical day looked like for me. Again, I have to structure it very well. Now, the interesting thing with when it comes to the calories and macros is that I'm at such a low calorie amount, 2100. My typical total daily energy expenditure would probably be closer to around, let's say 2700 up to 3000. And if I ate at that amount, I maintain my weight. And if I ate above that, I gain weight. So in this case, with having my calories at such a low amount, it makes it difficult for someone like me to maintain and be as consistent with that because I'm not getting as much elsewhere. So what I mean by that is if you have somebody that has a higher body fat percentage, they could probably have more snacks, they could probably have more treats like that throughout the day and still lose weight. In my case, I have to be very spot on because I want to maintain a good physique, abs, and enjoy some snacks. So it very much is possible for you to do this. It just takes a little bit more calculating when you're at a lower body fat percentage and just takes a little bit more focus on that, essentially. So on the weekends, and because I've been fluctuating, the weekends I've been upping my calories a little bit. And honestly speaking, I probably could be more focused on getting the right calories in. I've probably eaten more than I should. And you'll see that in the pictures and progress pictures that I have. But what you'll notice is as I regularly stick to that 2100 calories per day throughout the full week, that following week or a couple weeks after that, it's a huge difference. So you'll see that with the progress pictures anyway. But yeah, just wanted to give you an update. This has been great. It's a fun project, it's a fun challenge, and I love doing things like this. But as mentioned, in moderation. You can do this with whether it's pizza, whether it's ice cream, some other things that you like. It just has to be done in moderation, and make sure you're tracking it, because we think in our minds, I only ate this many calories, but we typically undercalculate how much we're actually eating. So anyway, I'll keep you posted on the rest of this journey. If you have questions, let me know, or additional insight that you're wanting, I'm open. I love talking about this stuff, so we'll be in touch. Until then, we'll see you next time.